In this session, we're going to review the powerful Power Outage Impact Report. To get to that particular report, navigate to Data Center Views, Outage Impact Power. And the Outage Impact Power page displays. Now, why would somebody come to this page? There are two reasons. First is a planned outage. For example, you want to take a particular PDU out of service and you want to know what IT devices are impacted when you do that. Secondly, perhaps you have an unplanned outage. Perhaps a UPS failed and you have alerts and flags going up in your data center and you want to know quickly what devices have been impacted. Answers to both those questions can be determined from this page. But before going into details, let me make a couple general comments. First, the question mark provides documentation on this page to remind you of definitions and how the page is organized. Clicking on the question mark gives you this documentation. Always good to review this. Secondly, it's a standard grid view, so you can click on any column head to sort the lists. And you have filter boxes. I'll circle back in a moment to talk about how to use the filter boxes. Third, the hamburger stack. You can export this list to CSV, and you can turn columns, make them visible or invisible by clicking on the column heads. Fourth, there's always a total number of records in the lower right-hand corner. In this case, we have 633 records showing on this report. Fourth, this report is divided into 5 pages. We're currently looking at page 1 of 5, and we're seeing 150 devices per page. You can select how many devices to show on the page from this drop-down. Well, that's it for a high-level overview. Let's talk about the details of the page. This page is sorted starting from the utility, going down through the power chain to the circuit, and finally to the device and the device model. So the most granular column is the device name. We can see on this view that we have 633 devices, and we can see exactly which circuit, panel, PDU, UPS generator, and utility each one of those devices is connected to. Now, how do we use this page? Let's say, for example, scenario 1. We're going to take a particular PDU out of service, and we want to know what devices are going to be impacted. Let's say, for example, the PDU we're taking out of service is CPC10. I'll type CPC10 into the PDU column filter box. Okay, I'm now looking in the lower right-hand corner, see that of all the items in my data center, 84 of them have a connection to CPC10. But most of them, I hope, are dual connected. In order to see the devices that are singularly connected to CPC10, I'll now go to the upper filter box for red, and I'll filter for red. I see now that of my 633 devices in the data center, there are 3 of them, these 3 host names, that are connected to CPC10 only. Therefore, these 3 devices are going to go down hard if I take CPC10 out of service. By looking at this ahead of time, I can perform the remediation needed to get these devices dual powered by something other than CPC10, and then I'll be able to safely take CPC10 out of service. Okay, let me clear the filters here. I'm back to seeing all 633 items. And let me review that process. Regard whatever power element I'm trying to take out of service. Perhaps I'll want to take out UPS 3, UPS-3, 3, I type that into the filter box. It shows me all the devices connected to UPS 3. There's 235 of them. I now look for red, and I can see the devices that are going to go down hard if I take UPS 3 out of service. There are actually 12 items. Here they are. These are the 12. I can then perform remediation to get these properly dual powered before I take UPS 3 out of service. So using the filtering for a particular power supplier and then filtering for red, I can see the devices I need to remediate. In scenario 2, if I had an unplanned power outage, I do the exact same thing, and it'll give me the list of devices that have been impacted so I can go contact those device owners and forewarn them before they get alerted by their own devices. All right. Well, that's how to use the Power Outage Impact Report. I hope you find this very helpful. Have a great rest of the day.